Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I am very happy to note that this meeting is convened at an important point of time, and I congratulate the organizers for their concern and interest on this subject. I am greatly interested in the development of community projects and the National Extension Service and attach the highest importance to them. The last 2 years or so have, in my view, justified this great experiment, and both those who are in some sense or other connected with this vast undertaking and the general public have begun to realize the significance of this work. It is not merely working for some improvement in some selected places, but includes a host of varied activities, and also the conception is much faster. It means really covering the whole of this great country and building up a new India from the roots upwards. There can be no greater or more fascinating adventure in the history of the country than this. Those of us who are partners of this work must therefore have some sense of pride in it and a feeling of exhilaration that they are participating in a historic task. The bigger the task, the greater the responsibility. This work has grown and continues to grow. It has already covered a substantial part of the country, and in the years to come, we hope that it will reach every village in this country. Mere extent, of course, means little. It is the quality of work that counts and the spirit with which it is undertaken. Essentially, what we are trying to do is to bring about a peaceful and yet far reaching revolution in this vast land of India. If we succeed and succeed, we shall have done in our generation something worthwhile and something that will deserve a permanent record. Of course, for this, the National Extension Service has to strive hard and concentrate on the much more bigger tasks than on some little records. In this country, we have many dangers and difficulties to face, and the greatest of these is complacency. If any of you feels complacent, he is out of step and has fallen out. We work in our respective areas, a village or a block or a project area or a site, but wherever we might work, we have to think of it as part of the large whole. We have to develop, therefore, an integrated view of our work, integrated in many ways. We have to work together for the common tasks ahead and should not feel content or complacent at any stage if we are to succeed in our projects. Indeed, the entire world today demands an integrated view, and if we do not succeed in achieving this conflict, and a disaster may well descend upon us. But for the moment, let us forget the world and its problems and think of India and her problems. These are big enough. We want an integrated India, not only politically but emotionally. The essence of planning is to bring about this integration through numerous approaches. Integration means cooperation at all levels and understanding that progress lies in the common efforts Planning means a close coordination of the work of the central government with that of the states. At the center, there has to be that coordination between the manifold activities of the union government. Each ministry does not stand by itself. It is a part of the government of India. So also in each state and so also in between states and the center. This idea of planning, coordination, and integration should spread in village and town and state. Community projects envisage a coordination of a number of activities. They cannot be spread or viewed as isolated activities. The object is to build the human being and the group and to make him and the group advance in many ways. Therefore, it is very necessary that the activities in the community project center must be closely coordinated and work to achieve this objective. Further, I would like to point out that the officials and non officials both have their respective important roles to play in this work. Both are essential. Officials should bring the experience of training and disciplined service. They must set a good example, and the non officials should represent and bring that popular urge and enthusiasm which gives life to a movement. Before concluding, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity of presiding over this meeting and wish them all the best. Dear friend, with reference to your letter of the 7th ultimo requesting me to advise you as to how to improve your speed in shorthand, I give below some relevant points regarding the same. Let me at the outset congratulate you on your desire to attain high speed and become a skilled shorthand writer. My first point is if you want to attain high speed, you should cultivate the reading habit of printed shorthand. You should also attach as much importance to reading practice as to the actual note taking. I would again impress upon you that it is necessary that you should read your shorthand notes. This is one of the essential requirements for acquiring high speed. Although reading practice is helpful, transcription is very essential. It is for the errors in the transcript that the shorthand writer is penalized. I would also say that there is one other method of developing high speed within a very short time. You must select 4 or 5 passages and have them correctly copied in your notebook with the same outlines and phrases. You should write the same passage over and over again. You should increase the speed gradually until you are able to write the passage at a high speed. By following this method, your hand moves freely and your mind will not struggle for new outlines, and you will be able to attain high speed within a very short time. The secret of success in shorthand is only regular practice. I have found many students had repeatedly failed in the examinations due to their not paying attention sufficiently in writing transcription. You should also practice daily by writing matters from newspapers and magazines on various subjects. If you do not acquire high speed, you should not be discouraged or dissatisfied. It is only a matter of patience and regular practice, and none of these is impossible to attain for you. Thanking you, yours sincerely.